Roswell, Georgia sounds like a great city, but is it all that it's cracked up to be? Let's find out. What's up, y'all? My name is Victor. I'm a licensed real estate agent here in Georgia. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. I talk all about what it's like to live in Atlanta, Georgia and the surrounding suburbs. In this video, we're talking about Roswell, Georgia and the pros and cons of living here. As always, if you're thinking about moving to Roswell, Georgia, or just want to know what it's like to live here, feel free to call me, text me, email me. I'm more than happy to help. I'm so thankful for all of you who have reached out to me asking me about how to make the move to Atlanta, Georgia. I love making these videos, but more than that, I love helping people get acquainted with Atlanta, Georgia and the surrounding cities. With that being said, let's talk about Roswell, Georgia. Roswell, Georgia is located just outside of Atlanta, about 15 to 20 minutes north of 285. To get to Roswell from Atlanta, you'd take Highway 400 north until you reach about Holcomb Bridge Road. Really, the southern border of Roswell would be the Chattahoochee River, and then northern border of Roswell would be the city limits into Alpharetta. Some of the main roads that run through Roswell, Georgia are obviously Highway 400, which runs north and south through Roswell and into Alpharetta and then south into Atlanta. Also, Highway 9 similarly runs north into Alpharetta and south into the Sandy Springs and Atlanta area. And then Holcomb Bridge Road runs east to west from Cobb County over into Gwinnett County. And so super useful as we talk about Roswell. We're going to kind of use some of those landmarks to discuss the different areas of Roswell, Georgia. One of the best parts about living in Roswell is just how close it is to the Chattahoochee River. Really, access to the river is in Roswell right off of Azalea Drive. Azalea Drive is one of the most scenic parts of Roswell. On one side of the road, there are a bunch of homes and neighborhoods, and then on the other side of the road, we have access to the river. There's the parks on the other side of the road as well. It's pretty common to find people walking and jogging along the road there because of just how scenic that area of Roswell is. The way that the interstates are set up here in Georgia, it's not super efficient. We really only have like 2 or 3 main interstates that run through Atlanta or give you the ability to get to other parts of the state. And so it's really common for people who are moving here to want to find an area that gives them the ability to get on the interstate pretty quickly. And that's one of the great parts about living in Roswell. It gives you that suburban lifestyle, but you're still very close to Georgia 400, so you can get to other parts of the state pretty quickly. Now, unfortunately, that's one of the reasons why we have so much traffic in Atlanta, because we don't have very many major interstates running through the city. But that certainly is a great part about living in Roswell, Georgia. Another great part about living in Roswell is that it offers a really good blend of access to the city of Atlanta, but still offering that suburban lifestyle that a lot of people are looking for. There in Roswell, there are lots of neighborhoods that are quiet and secluded away from the hustle and bustle of the city, but also you can access, like I said before, you can access Highway 400 to get into Atlanta pretty quickly. And so that's really a big draw for a lot of people who are wanting to stay work in Atlanta, but don't necessarily want to live in Atlanta and are looking for the suburban parts of the city. Roswell has those neighborhoods that are super quiet and away from the hustle and bustle of Atlanta, but still afford you the ability to get to Atlanta very quickly. The schools in Roswell are also really good. According to the website greatschools.org, most of the school systems in Roswell are about an 8 or a 9 out of 10. In Roswell, we have Centennial High School and also Roswell High School. Both of those schools are about an 8 out of 10, and really most of the schools in Roswell have a really high rating according to greatschools.org. This is not really the case in other cities in Atlanta, and so it's a very big draw for people who are moving to Atlanta who are looking for the high quality schools that Roswell offers. Another great part about living in Roswell is the downtown area. Right on the intersection of Highway 9 and Atlanta Street, there are tons of shops and restaurants there. It's a great area to hang out. It's become super trendy there. Definitely highly recommended. Like a lot of the cities that surround Atlanta, Roswell also has lots of parks and green spaces. As I mentioned before, the Chattahoochee River and the easy access to there from Roswell. Also, the Chattahoochee Nature Preserve is in Roswell, and Hembry Park. There's really a never-ending amount of things to do outdoors in Roswell, tons of parks, one of the best parts about living in Roswell, Georgia. Okay, now for the bad parts about living in Roswell, Georgia. Make sure you stay to the end where I'm going to tell you the worst part about living in Roswell. Unfortunately, Roswell is one of the most populated cities of all the cities that surround Atlanta. With a population of about 95,000 people, what that means is during rush hour, there's going to be traffic in Roswell. In public spaces, there's going to be a lot of people, and when you go places where there might be lines, you can expect a long line. Restaurants will have waits, public spaces will have lots of people. If you're looking for a city that doesn't have that many people and you're looking for space and seclusion maybe from other people, Roswell's not really the right place for that. Which brings us to the traffic in Roswell. Highway 400, Holcomb Bridge Road, even Highway 9 very often get jam-packed during rush hour. If you're planning on going somewhere during rush hour, whether it be work or whatever, you really need to plan an extra 20 to 30 minutes, obviously depending on where you're going, if you're going to be using one of those main roads in Roswell during rush hour. The city of Roswell is in Fulton County, which is the same county that the city of Atlanta is in. In Fulton County, property taxes are about 1% of the home's value. Now, the national average, I believe, is about 1.05%, and the average in Georgia is about 0.9% of the home's value. But Fulton County is right there in the middle, so a little higher than the rest of the cities and the rest of the counties in Georgia. 1% property tax means obviously that if your home is worth $200,000, you can expect about a $2,000 property tax bill per year. And the worst part about living in Roswell, Georgia is the amount of pine trees that we have here. Yes, I mentioned earlier the amount of trees and the green spaces being a good thing, and don't get me wrong, it is, but the amount of pine trees that are in Roswell and really a lot of the cities that surround Atlanta can cause a lot of problems. Pine trees put off pollen, which is one of the main allergens that causes seasonal allergies. Also, pine trees close to a home can be a very big problem because pine trees have a tendency to fall very easily. And so it's often recommended that if you do have any pine trees near your home within 50 to 100 feet, that you get rid of those pine trees if they're that close to the home. Hey, hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you want to know more about what it's like to live in Roswell, specifically the cost of living here, be sure to check out this video where I talk specifically about how much it costs to own a home in Roswell, Georgia. See y'all in the next video.